Hello once again, Star Wars Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. Actually, this is a shelf talk episode, but my shelf talk is kind of taking place in the normal studio, so I hope you're okay with that. This actually is a shelf talk episode where I'm dealing with two items. I'm talking about two items. I'm talking about the Black Series full-size vehicles for the 6-inch line. And there were two, well, I should say beyond the one person located thing, like the Snow Speeder and Ray Speeder and this Dewback and the Land Speeder, there were two essential ships. There was the Snow Speeder and there was the First Order TIE Fighter. So we're going to kind of just do a little quick review of them, okay? And I know that if anybody watched the Force Fest at the end of August, it was the kind of online Star Wars celebration. I did a whole series on that. And I did do a huge unboxing, like 10 toys to unbox. And that is where you could actually see this toy being unboxed for the first time. But it's not on YouTube. I did live stream it to YouTube, but it didn't actually connect and stay on my feed. It is in fact over it's over in the Get Vocal. I did eventually put it out there kind of like that, but it's just one big huge thing with like 9 other items that you can unbox. But I did have a listener, or watcher I should say, ask, oh, could you please do one with the Snow Speeder? And then they also mentioned the First Order. So I thought, hey, what the heck, I'll kind of do my own little thoughts and review on that. Okay, so here is the Black Series Snow Speeder. Okay, in all of its amazing glory. Okay, it is, full size, but it's not. What I love about this is that it's not too big. Okay, I once had a dream that I had the most amazing Star Wars collection ever. Okay, but it wasn't so much about toys. It was actually about life-size props. Every prop from the movies. And this is about back when there were only 3 movies, because I was a kid when I had this dream. I had in my possession every prop, every ship. And in my dream, it was part dream and part nightmare, because I literally had to have like a hangar, like an airplane hangar, to be able to store all the stuff. And even as a kid, I was thinking about this. So as much as it'd be cool, it'd be cool to have a Snow Speeder that I could actually use, like fly around in. It's to have life-size props. I can only do that in reality to a small extent. I have some helmets, which I've shown. I have a couple of weapon prop replicas, that kind of thing. But as far as anything beyond that, it's hard. I have built an R2. I've not shown that on the show yet. It's not complete. I was kind of waiting until someday when I finally complete the thing. But we'll see. But beyond that, I don't have a lot of life-size stuff. So, size is an issue when it comes to collecting. You do not have a lot of room. But this size Snow Speeder is actually pretty compact. And it is accurate to, the scale of the 6-inch figures. And when I open this up, and get this a little closer to the camera. I'm going to try to open this up without breaking anything here. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Now, you can see I have a figure tucked in the back there, right? But I think that is Dak, and that's why I put him there. I have Dak, because he's the one in the back. And normally the Luke figure would be in the front. He's still in my little package. I haven't taken him out yet. But as you can see, it's fairly accurate when it comes to size, okay? The Snow Speeders weren't monstrously huge, okay? They were pretty compact. And again, the kind of thing people forget, that Snow Speeders were actually just specific types of air speeders, not really meant for snow, but they had them adapted to the cold as they were working on it. And and so therefore there's a really kind of cool in-universe reason why they're so small. But you can see, and if anybody owned either the Kenner Snow Speeder, again, pretty accurate for its size. Okay, and they've reused the mold. I think they've made some slightly bigger ones. But this is actually, pretty good that way. It doesn't take up much room. I actually have it on a shelf, kind of like a low shelf, like this one right here, right? And I can just kind of slide it in, all right? And not in this particular one, but in the other room. And it works out pretty well. It does come with a, its landing gear, actually, kind of, you can see, you can actually push the landing gear in, like, and close it up. Okay, nothing too fancy. There's no electronics to it. It does have some flaps over here that move a little bit. Okay, and it does have its tow cable. Okay, I'm not exactly sure how the tow cable comes in. I think there's another thing that kind of pulls it in, which I am missing at the moment. Okay, but overall, it's a great piece. And what I love about these is that it's very close in size to the models that they used to make the film. And that is always a great thing. I mean, and it's kind of funny. Like, if I was a collector with unlimited income back in the 80s or I should say 90s, and I saw, I'm trying to see how this works. I have to look at the instructions to see how I pull it, or maybe I pull it from the inside. Let me look here. Do I have a thing here? No, I don't. Okay. It's going to be annoying me as to how this thing gets put back in unless it's like retractable. Anyway, what was I saying? So if I had, discretionary income back in the 90s when they were making prop replicas, you could shell out $300, $400, $500, $600 for a model of a snowspeeder that looks extremely well made and fits in a nice little glass display case. And sometimes you can have it autographed and stuff. And it was great, and it's a nice piece. But this, my goodness, for literally pennies on the dollar, you can have a toy. Yes, it's made of plastic, and I will say that it's possible that in the course of, years and years and years that the plastic might start to erode. But generally speaking, it is a beautiful piece. Look at the paint job on that. It's got the weathering on it. It's fantastic. I really do have to say that I thought that they really, really hit it out of the park with this. And I love the compact size. It just makes it so much easier. So I'm hoping that Hasbro continues to do things with smaller ships, all right, because the bigger ships are just a little bit harder to do. Now, let's switch gears, okay, and switch camera angles, and I'm going to show you another item that is part of the Black Series, actually the only other one that's part of the Black Series ship or speeder category. So here we go. And there we have it, the First Order TIE Fighter. And I want you to look very closely at what I had to do for this. This is literally serving a dual purpose. It is also a base for my Lego. This is my Lego X-Wing fighter, which was actually a display piece from Target. I've shown that on previous episodes. And that is sitting on this humongous piece of plastic that is is accurate to the size of 3 3/4 inch figures. Here is trying to get him out here. He's kind of he's belted in. Never mind. There he goes. All right. There's your TIE Fighter pilot. Okay, First Order, and it's not even like it's like that special First Order TIE Fighter. Okay, First Order Elite. All right, and yes, the wings do pop off, and yes, it's fantastic. But there does come a point where you have to ask yourself, what am I going to do with this thing? It's so big. So if they ended up making an X-Wing, you can imagine how big the X-Wing would be. If they ended up making a, something even bigger than that, it would be crazy. So that's what this one is. So sorry if the sound was a little weird back there. I didn't have my microphone plugged in on that. Hopefully it's working here. But so as you can see, the two items that they had, one of them, the Snowspeeder, highly recommended. Great, like very film accurate, model accurate kind of thing, I think anyway. I'm sure some purists will really point out nooks and crannies on it that they did when they freeze framed the film. But I'm really happy with this. The TIE Fighter, I love it. I'm glad I have it. I did end up getting it on sale when it was. I didn't buy it right away. I got it for a seriously less amount of money, so it doesn't bother me in terms of price. But as far as its, the size of it, I'm taking up a huge amount of space, and so I don't know. I mean, it may things kind of rotate in and out of the collection anyway. That might be something that'll eventually find its way out because it's just not conducive to keeping here, especially if they're going to keep making figures and keep making things that might require more space to display. But some people have actually taken it and used it to make a coffee table, which I thought was a pretty, put a clear piece of acrylic over the top, and then it becomes like a nice little end table or coffee table. That's actually a great idea. Then it serves another purpose. So that's certainly something that is something I might consider doing in the future. But for now, it's a base for my Target X-Wing display. Those two having nothing to do with each other other than sharing the Star Wars name. So I hope you enjoyed this quick shelf talk, even though there wasn't actually technically any shelves. But thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification button. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Darth Tuba. Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing page on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you.